Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today is another walk through the garbage can. These are the videos where I share with you the products that I've actually used up over the last 3 months and whether or not I plan to repurchase. And some are yeses and some are nos. Now, I love doing these videos and I'm always quite surprised when I get to the end of something because if you come here, you know I tinker with a lot of products. So to actually get to the end of something is actually a pretty big commitment because there are lots of things that I do not finish up for whatever reason. They don't suit my skin or maybe I have something I like better. So these are the ones that I've used up to the very, very end because I do think it's important when trying something new to give it the time that it needs to do its job. So I will try to use up as best I can. And here is over the last 3 months, what I managed to get through. Now, this is part one of a two-parter. This is all skincare. And what I mean is face, neck, and chest care. And my next video will be all of the other stuff from hair to body and makeup to supplements. So once that video is up, I will also put a link to it up here as well as in the description bar below. Now, there are a lot of products here and a lot more than I thought there was going to be. So I'm going to whiz through these pretty quickly. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about ingredients and stuff. So if you have questions about particular products, just leave a note for me down below and I'll come back to you. And also I do have discount codes for some of these products, which I will just, and when I say I mean Gary will put up on the screen. Right, Gary?
Uh-huh.
Excellent. Okay, so I'm going to do this in the order that they would be used throughout the day. And I'm starting with cleansers. I don't know how I have so many cleansers right now, but I guess things just finished up at the same time. So first up is the Deep Cleansing Oil by DHC. It's kind of a little mini one, and I use this a lot for travel. I've used DHC on and off for years. I find it reliable. It's a nice little easy, completely, affordable option. And I have not repurchased this only because I'm testing out another oil at the moment. It's something I've used for years. Chances are I will repurchase it at some stage. I actually have a teeny tiny one about this big that I'm using at the moment when I travel. And that's what I think this size is great for. So I probably will keep the empty around and I can refill it or reuse it. But for me, it's sort of one of those old reliables. Next up is a cleansing balm by Bioma. This is called the Melting Balm Cleanser. And if you guys come here, you know I love Bioma. This whole range is to help protect our natural microbiome, and it is super duper affordable. So this was the first time I used this cleanser and I actually really liked it. I think this is a really good cleanser for the price point, and it's something you can find just about anywhere. Now, the only reason I haven't repurchased it is I have a couple of other cleansing balms that have been sitting in the wings waiting to be tested out, but chances are, I think it's pretty safe to say I'm going to come back and repurchase in the future. So if you're looking for something that's really good at doing that first cleanse, that's super affordable, that's kind to the skin, doesn't irritate the eyes, this is a good one. Next up is the Cleansing Balm by Irish brand Pestle and Mortar. This is called the Erase Cleansing Balm, and I have gone through so many of these. And I have to say, for years, it has been my favorite cleansing balm. Now, it is grease central, so let me warn you, it really turns to an oil. And if you're not into that kind of cleansing balm, this might not be for you, but I adore it. It has a real luxury kind of a feel to me. And I often give this as gifts because it's a little higher price point. It's about 45 euros, I think. And even though it's an Irish brand, you can buy this everywhere. And I find this a luxury experience. And I don't use it every day because it's on the pricier side, but I do use this a few times a week. Perhaps when I'm wearing a lot of makeup like today, because I'm filming, I will probably use this tonight. It's sensory. It's the one product that makes me slow down when I'm washing my face. It makes it enjoyable. It's just got incredible aromas to it, and believe you me, it will take off every scrap of makeup and sunscreen. So will I repurchase? I already have one. I sort of always have one on standby. I do get them in the sales at my local pharmacy when that's happening. So there is always one over here. So I have one over here waiting to go into the bathroom. It's just a joy to use. So the next one is called the Aurelia, I think that's how you pronounce it, Miracle Cleanser. And this was a really nice surprise. Now, I got this in a kit. So sometimes I buy a kit for 1 or 2 things and it comes with a bunch of other stuff, and this was one of those products. And I have to say, I really, really liked it. I found it was really effective at removing my makeup and it didn't strip my skin. So for a while, I was taking this just on my travels. So I just took this one piece and was able to use it for both the first cleanse and the second cleanse. And it's super small, and I found it lasted me a really long time. Now, I haven't repurchased it, and mostly because I have about a bazillion cleansers I need to get through, but I really liked it, and I would absolutely consider repurchasing it. It is a cream cleanser, and which is my favorite, and and I loved it. So have you guys heard of this? I'd love to know more. And if there's anything else in the range you think I need to be trying, please let me know. And the last one in the cleanser category is by PSA. This is the Reset Cleanser. And if you haven't heard of PSA, I know you've heard of Allies of Skin because I talk about them all the time. This is their sister brand. It's their actually more affordable brand. And PSA stands for Purposeful Skincare by Allies. So apparently when Nicholas Travis he's the creator of Allies of Skin, was visiting some stores, I think in Thailand and Malaysia, there were a number of shop assistants that weren't able to purchase the Allies of Skin products because they were too expensive. In fairness, they are on the more expensive side. That's because they're incredibly good products and you have to pay more. But he didn't feel that that was fair actually to the people of his own staff. So he created this whole other line of more affordable products that will still deliver efficacy. So they had sent me this and a couple of other products that I haven't tried yet. And I have to say, I loved it. I thought it was great. So the Allies of Skin Silk Amino Cleanser, I absolutely adore. And I have to say, I thought this was great. I think the difference in price is about 46 maybe for Allies. And I think this one runs about 32. I thought it was great. I kept it in the shower. Yeah, there's water everywhere. I kept this in the shower and I finished it up and I thought it was great. Now, again, I haven't repurchased because I have the Allies. I have two of them actually standing by, but I think this is a great alternative if you're looking for something. I think this is really good for a second cleanse or a shower cleanse if you're just going to go for one. So next up, we are in the toner essence mist category. And this is an area that's starting to really pique my interest and I'm starting to do a lot of new stuff. The things here today are not new. Neither of these are probably going to surprise you. First up is by Niod. It is the Superoxide Dismutase Saccharide Mist. I have gone through so many of these guys, I can't even tell you. I love this because it is an antioxidant mist. So it's more than just giving a little bit of hydrating elements. It's actually there to help protect the skin. And yeah, of course I have another one. I have another one here that's about halfway through. I repurchase without even thinking. This is just one of those that I reorder and reorder. And because of the sheer size of it, it lasts for months. Now I use this both morning and night, and I use it as the very first thing when I get out of the shower and I start my skincare. And I mist in between stages, particularly if I'm feeling dehydrated. So this guy I'm using morning and night all the time. Spritz, spritz, spritz. I love him. And the last one in this category is an essence, and this one is by CosRx. This is the Advanced Snail 96 Mucin Power Essence, and this is the one that completely freaks out Gary behind the camera. I freaking love this product. If you could see his face right now, he's shaking it from side to side, just going, I don't want to talk about it. I love this product. I think this is incredibly hydrating. And you know, some people talk about the texture of this, and I don't have a problem with it, by the way. And it kind of has this, it's not even sticky. It's not sticky. At least it's not on my skin. And I've done a whole video about it, which I'll put a link to if you want to check it out. Snail mucin has been so hydrating, and it's generally the first or second step I would do, depending on what the other steps are. And I find it just gives me hydration. And that is the name of the game in my world. I am all about hydration, plump skin, dewy skin. That's what I'm going for. So if you don't mind a bit of snail mucin, I think everybody should try this product. And by the way, no snails were harmed in the accumulation of the mucin. But for me, it has just done incredible things for my skin. Next up are the serums. And there are quite a few. There are a few. We'll leave it at that. The first one is specifically for the eye area. Yes, I've talked on this channel about it before. I use an eye serum and an eye cream every freaking day because this is an area of focus for me. And this one I found really intriguing. This is by Circel. This is the oxygenating serum, and they have a very interesting range of products. I've talked about them a few times on this channel, and I absolutely loved this product. I have to say, it delivered incredible hydration around the eyes. Now, the only reason that I have not repurchased it, well, there are two reasons. One is it's quite expensive. And the second is that it's US based and they don't have a European distribution. I try to minimize what I ship in from the US. If I lived in the US, I would probably be giving this another try because I thought it was fabulous. Next up, and will be no surprise because it's in every freaking Empties video, is my Maysama Green Rooibos Pressed Serum. I use this pretty much every day, anytime I LED, which is almost every day, probably 5 or 6 days a week. I use this in advance of my LED to protect my skin and enhance the efficacy of the LED sessions. So yes, of course I've repurchased. I typically buy them in 3 packs. I do believe I have 3 sitting over there and I have 1 in the bathroom. So I will always repurchase this and I will always use it. Okay, so next up in the serums are these 2 guys. I've actually purchased a full-size one and I think I've purchased 2 refills. This is a very interesting serum, and I have to say I'm really struggling with this product, right? Because I love it. I think it's highly effective. Now, I've never heard of any other brand that's creating products specifically designed to support our lymphatic system. And what I found, and I've done a review of this with my friend Jody Lynn over at Aging Naturally with Jody Lynn, talking about this product. Now, she didn't like it as much as I did, but I really did. And I saw results when I tracked them over, I think it was maybe 40 days. And I found that my face actually got more sculpted. It was really effective in helping to release toxins and to release fluids in the face. And it actually sculpted my face. I was really shocked, and I'd stopped all the other stuff. I wasn't doing any devices, so I could really test how it worked. Okay, this product worked. So much so that I signed up for the refill program. The issue is that the refill doesn't fit the bottle. Well, I mean, it fits the bottle. It just doesn't work. So I got onto them immediately and said, the pump doesn't work. So you end up having to, you know, this is, in theory, it's a great idea. You can actually see how much product I still have left in this. Oh my God, there's still product left in that. There can't be. Oh, that can't be. Sorry, that can't be. No, I was obviously misreading that. Okay, no, there's not. And I got onto them, and it's almost like there should be a tube inside that when you press it, it activates the stuff. Well, the tube doesn't work, or I don't even know if there's a tube in there. I couldn't see. So I got onto them about it and said, this isn't working. And they said, oh, I'm really sorry. We'll send you another one. So we were doing a lot of conversation back and forth. So I'd signed up to the refill program, but in my opinion, they don't work. Now, I tried to cancel the program, and they said, you have to buy 3. And I was like, okay, well, I'll give another try. So I've now had my second refill because I've purchased one on my own, and it worked for a week, and now it stopped working. So obviously when you get below the point of the pump action, it's not pulling up any product. So I got back onto them the other day and said, you need to cancel it because it doesn't work. So I'm really sad because I mean, the product is excellent. I found the product very effective, but if I can't get the pump to work, the refills alone are 100, 110 or something. I'm not going to keep repurchasing that, despite the fact that I think it works. So if you guys have tried this product or have had other experiences, or you think I'm doing something wrong, please tell me. It's a fabulous product, but I don't want to buy it. Why are you shaking your head?
I'm laughing. They don't know who they're messing with, Mary.
Yeah. No. Okay, so last one in the serum space is by Allies of Skin. This is called the Multipeptides and GF Advanced Lifting Serum. I loved this product. I think I talked about this in my last video, that I was lucky enough to get this product in advance and to give it a good test, and I've actually done a full video about it. I loved it. After using it for about 40 days, I saw incredible results. It reduced wrinkles. It actually firmed my skin. Obviously, it's got peptides in it and it has growth factors in it. This serum is phenomenal. Now, I have not repurchased it. It's a bit expensive, but the reason I haven't repurchased it is because I'm testing something else out, and that wouldn't be fair to the other thing I'm testing. This is a great serum. I think I used 2 of these, and I found it highly effective. So if you're looking for a growth factor serum, I think it's great. Allies of Skin can do no wrong in my book. They are a phenomenal company that just makes phenomenal products. And no, this isn't sponsored by them. I just love them. Okay, next up, we're talking moisturizers, and we're starting off with one by Blur London. This is called the Cloud Skin Moisturizer, and this is just so pretty. I love this moisturizer, and this whole range is specifically made for people with combination or oily skin. So if you have either of those, you need to meet Blur London, and it's super affordable. I don't know how they've done it. I've actually had an opportunity to speak with the founder, and I think that everything that they're doing is just fantastic. Now, I don't generally have oily skin. I go through periods, and when I do, or actually what I've started to do is layer this. So if I layer a couple of lighter products together, then I find that I can get the hydration levels that I want. So this is now an empty. I do have another one here, and I think it's a fantastic moisturizer. If you have oily skin, if you have combination skin, go check them out. The other nice thing about this company, yes, they're based in London, but they will ship anywhere and they will incur the import charges. So when I ship it here to Ireland, I don't have to pay anything extra. I know if you're in the US, it's the same there. So, I mean, you just can't beat it, and it's affordable. So go check them out. So next up in moisturizers is by Calisum. This is called the Restorative Hydration Cream. Now, I've talked a lot about Calisum on this channel, and I've tried, I think, all of the skincare products that they've offered, and I did finish this one up, and while I liked it, it's probably just not my favorite. So all of their products contain stem cell technology that's there to help regenerate at a cellular level, and I do believe that their products work. It's just of all of their products, this isn't the one that I've repurchased. If I had to choose, there were two others. One is their hair growth system, which totally works, and they also have something called the Serum, which I use for my medical microneedling because it helps with recovery, and that one I definitely feel is worth the repurchase. This is a lovely lotion. It's just not my favorite in the range. Next up is a product specifically for the neck and chest, and this one is by Dermalect. It's called the Self-Esteem Neck Firming Lift. I really like this. When they had sent me some products ages ago when I was trying out their sleep serum, which you know is my holy grail, I used this product too, and I actually thought it was great. I thought it was really effective. Now, I've never really stuck to a separate neck cream, but I did find that the skin on my neck looks smoother, and I actually think it's a great product. Now, they did just send me a new one, and I'm thrilled because I don't think you can buy this in Europe. There are certain products that you can't buy over here that you can only buy in the US, and you guys are very lucky because there are loads of them that I want to buy and I can't get my hands on. So they did send me this. So I have a new one that I'm just about to bust out. I thought it was a great cream, and I think it's worth looking at if that's an area that you're concerned about. Okay, I have one product I'm putting in the oil category, although this could be considered a moisturizer. This is a luxury product. This is by Fortuna Skin, and this is called the Biphase Moisturizing Oil. I really like this company. These guys have an organic farm out in Sicily, and it's just such an incredible story, purely sustainable. I mean, it's a sort of a family operation, and I love everything about the company. This is not an inexpensive product, and I was very kindly sent this by them, and I'm so sad that it's empty because I loved it. Now, it's Biphase because it has two components to it. One is most of their products are based with olive oil that they grow on their organic farm. So it has part olive oil and it has part olive leaf juice. And it has a whole bunch of other incredibly good stuff. It's packed with antioxidants, it's soothing, it has, it's just absolutely beautiful, and it's empty. And I'm so sad because it's gorgeous. Now, it's a super pricey product. It's not going to be for everyone. Will I repurchase? I don't know because it's really freaking expensive, but if I can, I will. I enjoyed using this immensely and was very sad when it was over. So if you're looking for a luxury oil that is sustainable, that comes from a company that actually cares about the environment, then it's certainly one worth considering. Okay, this kind of goes into a category all its own, although essentially it's not a moisturizer. It wasn't going to go in moisturizer, and that is my tretinoin. These are my monthly dosages. These come from a company in the UK called Skin & Me. It is an online compound pharmacy that creates something specifically for me. Now, these guys only operate in the UK, so apologies if you are not there. And if you want something similar, I think there's Curology, an agency in the US that offers it. The reason that I have been so successful with this is they started me off really, really low. I think each of these is a different percentage. I think one's a 0.015, two are 0.015, one is a 0.018, and I think I'm on a 0.021 now. They started me at 0.006, so it's been a very slow introduction because it's something that you're supposed to use every single day. And I do. So I pretty much generally always have these in my empties because I'm using them every day. Okay, there are two that I have in the other category. One is a mask. Now, I don't do disposable masks very often. It's just not something that you see, you know, in the repertoire. But I got these here from MZ Skin. They are called the Hydra Bright Gold Eye Mask, and I really liked them. I think they came as part of a kit. I'm not sure. They could have sent them to me. I'm not really sure. I kind of have a few things that I've been sent, but I loved these. They were kind of came individually wrapped in these little things, and they were a bright gold, and I found them super hydrating because if you guys know me, you know I'm all about the eye situation and trying to rehydrate. So I do like eye masks. I really do. So I find that anything that plumps up that skin is ace in my book, and I really like these, and I kind of wish I had more. So will I buy them? You know, I might go looking for these because I found them effective and they're cute and fun to use. Okay, the very last thing I have is this. It's an empty little foil. This is from Skin Patch, and these are the self-adhering neurostimulation electrodes. I've been using the microcurrent device Skin Patch, and I've talked about it quite a few times here, and I love them because they're hands-free. So essentially, you take this little device, you plonk on one of these electrodes, you stick it on your face, and you turn it on. And you can do whatever you want. I've done dishes, I've done my working, whatever I need to do, and I don't have to sit here and do anything. So these for me have been a home run. The only downside is that you have to replace these. They're adhesive, and what's in the adhesive is also what does the conducting. But if you're sticking things on and off your face, it's only going to last so long. So this little pack contained this shape, and these are specifically for kind of around your mouth, the marionette lines. You can do your crow's feet, you can do over the eyes. And I did not replace those. So instead, what I bought was this shape, and this is designed to go right here on the cheek, and this hits a muscle that actually works on the entire face. So I feel like I'm getting a little bit more bang for my buck with this. So these ones are a little bit more expensive. I think these are $75 and these were $45. So I did buy these instead. However, I'm starting to really feel the drag around this area. So I may be getting these soon just to address that section. You never know. You'll find out in the next Empties video. So guys, that is it for today's Empties. There's a good mix. There's a lot more stuff here than I thought I'd finish in 3 months, but gosh, maybe I was a little bored this winter and tinkering a little more than usual. But that is what I have managed to get through for face, neck, and chest. Do you see any winners here? Any of the products that you use yourself? And are there any products that I need to know about? Because that's what I'm always interested in, is what's going to be in my next Empties video. So if you like the look of today's video, I hope you'll subscribe to my channel and also give this video a thumbs up. And I look forward to seeing you at the next one. Bye. Zzz.